Hey, District 2 sports fans, it's Gregory here, and I want to tell you about our new sponsorship here. If you're looking to make your business stand out, you've got to check out Chaos Cartel Company. They specialize in custom shirts, hats, tumblers, banners, and so much more. And the best part, there's no minimum order, and their pricing is amazing. I should know because we have a few shirts from them. Whether you're a small business or just looking to get some cool merch, Chaos Cartel Company is here to help. They love working with other businesses to bring your brand to life. If you want to get started, give them a call at 434 489 6123 or shoot them an email at chaoscartel1, and that's the number one, at gmail.com. Chaos Cartel Company, making your business look good, one custom piece at a time.
You are now listening to the District 2 Sports Podcast, available on all your favorite music apps. Like and subscribe.
All right, welcome back to the District 2 Sports Podcast. We are joined tonight by another talented athlete out of the Southside area, a quarterback out of Gretna High School. That would be Mr. Rayshaun Logan, a 2026 QB. Rayshaun, how you doing tonight, man?
Good, how y'all?
Doing great. Can't complain, man. Just getting ready for football season. That's all I can say. I'm ready for it. But I just want to start out,
Right.
Rayshaun. So, obviously, you being at Gretna, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, and my dad can attest to this, Gregory can attest to it. They were producing high-level athletes like crazy, and I'm sure you probably see it in the hallways. Vic Hall, Tion Bennett, guys like that. Obviously, multiple state championships since 2003. Just talk about what it's like to be a part of that Gretna program and playing under Coach Miller, and what it's like to really uphold that legacy that guys before you have kind of started.
It's definitely a great chance. Yeah, I would say playing for Gretna, like the mentality of like Gretna football, we always like come 100% every time on the reps, no matter who we play. Like they better, we still gonna go out there and give it our all. You know what I'm saying? And so just and like like you said, the great players like Vic Hall and all of them.
Just kind of asking about your season last year. We'll get into some stats here. So over 2,200 passing yards, 28 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, leading Gretna to a 9-4 record last year, all the way to the region championship finals there. And then, Dan River Sports naming you as all Southside Offensive Player of the Year. Just talk about how last season went for you and what you thought of the season as a whole.
For last season, how it went for me, I would say like my success, it was very successful. Actually, I didn't plan on me having that much success, so it was kind of like exciting for me to like know how much stuff I accomplished. Like my first year being starting quarterback because I was backup last year, and then just coming in having to fill in a big spot, and I did pretty good at that. And so I'm impressed with myself with how I did last season. And for our team, I would say I'm really excited like about us coming this year. I know last year we came up short, but we only getting better and better each day of practice. We getting that 1% better, going 110% on that extra rep. You know what I'm saying? So like just the small stuff that we building on.
Absolutely. And just, kind of going back to what you were just saying a minute ago about, last season being your first year as a starter, how many reps were you getting as a sophomore? Did you play much at all your sophomore year at quarterback, or was it mainly just watching from the sidelines?
It was mainly watching from the sideline. I know one game, our quarterback he was hurt, and we played Magna Vista, and I did pretty good. We only lost by 1 point actually, and there's like the ranked number one team in 3A, something like that. And so yeah, but other than that, I got put in a few times, you know, But I was mainly on the sideline though, just watching, like absorbing film, watching film and all that, just getting myself prepared for next year.
Absolutely. And just going back to last season again. So you start out the season 4-3, which not the start that every team hopes for, but then all of a sudden you guys pick up some huge momentum, rattle off 5 wins in a row. Obviously, you advance to the region finals with that loss to Glenver. But how do you guys just build on that momentum that and the fire that y'all caught like mid-season last year? I mean, was there a recipe to the success, or did things just start to come together at that point?
I would say stuff started coming together. Like our team, we got more of a bigger bond chemistry, and I would say also for our success from last year was our mentality. Like we went out there, and like I said before, like we're gonna run through like everybody we play. Just going out there, having a high confidence level is key, and communication for our team and stuff. And we executed on Friday nights, and it was a pretty good season.
Absolutely. And we're expecting, big things, even bigger things out of Gretna this season. We know that y'all have plenty more to accomplish, that's for sure. But I kind of want to ask, because just talking with you right now, I can't even see how you're a football player with how calm you are. And how are you a different player when you're out there on the field, or like, are you getting more hype? Are you talking trash to people, or are you just cool like you are now?
Um, to be honest, pretty much I'm like very cool for real on the football field. I talk like here and there, like just to get the practice level intensity up a little. But I'm really like laid back. But if I need to start talking, like I'm not the person, like if you come talk to me first, then I'm gonna say something back. But I'm not the one to start like the talking.
Well, I know Gregory and Devin asked everybody what their touchdown dance is, or is it the money sign, or what is it? You making it rain? What are you doing on your touchdown?
Actually, this year I'm gonna do the little Shadur watch. Hold up. So, yeah.
There you go. That's what you got to do, man. We're
Perfect,
gonna be looking forward to
perfect.
that. So Rayshaun, I mean, when it comes to, obviously you're going into your senior year, so a lot of the guys are looking up to you. I mean, are you one of those guys who's more of like a vocal leader when it comes to practice and getting the team ready, or are you more of a lead by example kind of guy?
I feel like I'm a lead by example type of guy. Like, for quarterbacks, I got a backup. He's a sophomore right now, and like I'm showing him like all the tips and tricks to like being a quarterback, how to be successful, making good reads, not forcing stuff, and just showing him the stuff I learned when I was a backup.
Absolutely. So let's get into, just your kind of recruitment right now. So obviously, you're a pretty high level basketball player as well. And if I'm not mistaken, you were all state, right? In basketball.
Yes.
So are you, when it comes to, if you are planning on playing at the next level, are you thinking about sticking to football or basketball when you get there?
I say right now, football.
Gotcha. And just kind of looking at your Twitter account or X account there. I mean, been kind of keeping up with you. So interest from Ferrum, Hampton, the Citadel. I saw Norfolk State had been in touch with you. I saw that you had, I believe, camped at West Virginia. I mean, talk about your recruitment right now. Any schools that are standing out to you in particular?
I definitely say Hampton College. Like when I first went up there for it was junior day, and like it was like just feeling a feeling inside of me like this is like I really like it. Their campus is pretty good. I like the football program, and it's just a great environment to be around.
Absolutely, and not too far from the beach there either, so that never hurts
Yeah.
anybody. But so what are you looking for when it comes to schools, Rayshaun? I mean, are you mainly looking like, I don't know, is it academics? Is it play style? Is it being the ability to play early at the next level? What are you looking at?
I would definitely say first I go with play style. Definitely I don't want to put myself like in a situation that I'm not gonna feel comfortable in. and I just don't want to like start from step one again. And I would say that's why like Hampton, they do like a spread type offense, you know, and like we
Mhm.
do that with Gretna already. So like I'm already fit in for that, and I would definitely want to start early too. So that's also something I look into.
So let me ask you a couple of little questions about being at Gretna and stuff. What is your relationship with Coach Miller? I mean, I know we had a conversation with him earlier this year, and he has the utmost respect for you. And I can tell you this: if he ever wants the ball in somebody's hands, he's got you first in mind. I just want to kind of find out what your relationship is with Coach.
Our relationship is pretty like very very good. You know, he been watching me ever since I was on JV, and he was telling me that like when I got eligible to play for varsity, that I was gonna be varsity quarterback as I am today right now. And like our friendship is pretty locked in, good for real. And we joke around, and sometimes like he be serious, and I know when he's serious, and like we can joke around and stuff. So it's a pretty good friendship with him.
So what's the least thing you like about him?
Uh, the least thing I would say, like, say we do a rep and like I throw a good pass, he'll hype me up, and then like one bad pass, like a play later, he'll be like switch into like getting that temper up and stuff. Yeah,
just
that's
just
one thing.
demanding perfection out of you, Rayshawn.
Yeah.
So, going back, obviously we talked about your stats and everything, but how would you describe your game? I mean, are you like more of a dual threat kind of quarterback, or are you more of a guy who's gonna look to pass first and then can run if he needs to? What would you say to describe your game there?
I say look to pass first, and then like if nothing's open, then I'm gonna have to make a play with my legs. But definitely look to pass first, get my receivers involved, get them going, and watching them catch the ball, get yards and stuff. That's getting me going too, and like we're just gonna be hitting on all cylinders.
Gotcha. And are there any things, whether it's stuff that college coaches have told you, or, just you yourself trying to perfect your craft, or is there anything that you've been looking to work on over the summer or for the upcoming season? Any particular skills or things that you're trying to do to hone in on your craft there?
I'd definitely say footwork. That's one thing. Being a quarterback, you gotta have good footwork. So that's something I'm heavy on perfecting. And then like moving like footwork again comes with like legs and stuff, escaping the pocket, stepping up when needed to, and like finding trying to help your lineman out too, because they be trying to block for like 4 or 5 seconds, but you gotta help them out also. So yeah, I would definitely say footwork is one of the biggest things.
Anybody in particular that you model yourself or try to model yourself after on the football field and on the basketball court?
I would say, well, football for my favorite quarterback was Cam Newton, but he's like retired and all that. So I would say the quarterbacks right now in the league, like Josh Allen, Jane Daniels, CJ Stroud type of quarterback. I can see myself like tall, but people, my team, they call me Jane Daniels to Mr. Like we like tall, not that big like Josh Allen, CJ Stroud is. I'd say for that, and then basketball, I would say like well, most of my teammates they call me Slim Reaper, Kevin Durant and stuff. So yeah, that's for basketball.
Yeah, I think that Jaden Daniels comparison is pretty spot on. If I have to if I had to say so myself, Rayshawn. But yeah, one thing I saw on your Twitter too was you got an invite to the what is called the Hawaii like Tiki Bowl in Honolulu. Is that something that you're giving consideration to playing in next year at all?
Yes, definitely. One of my teammates, he played cornerback. He got invited to that too, and we've been talking about it, like going. Wanted to go over there.
Is that something where they would pay for you to go, or would you have to like pay for your own flight and like lodging and stuff there if you went?
I think half of it would be paid, and like we pay the rest. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
We can get
Well,
him an NIL deal before then.
yeah, yeah. No, I think you should take that up. That would be a sweet little gig there, Rayshaun, and be able to go out to Honolulu and play some football. But I want to go back to your recruitment for just a sec. So, do you have an offer from Hampton right now?
No, I don't.
Okay, gotcha. So, what schools have offered you right now?
Sadly, none have offered me right now, so I'm just like working day by day and just waiting
Gotcha.
for that time to come.
Absolutely, and yeah, I have no doubt that somebody is going to want, or definitely people are going to want you. But any schools other than Hampton, obviously, you said they're kind of at the top of your list right now. I mean, any other schools that you're hoping to get an offer from this year?
Yeah, I say Norfolk State, Elon, Emory and Henry, definitely them, and William and Mary, that's one too. And I know I talked to the quarterbacks coach at Delaware, and that would be pretty nice to get offer from them.
We have a good friend out at William and Mary, don't we, guys?
Yeah, we did talk to Coach London out there.
Yeah, we'll put your name out there. That's for sure, Rayshaun.
Rayshaun, sorry if you've already talked about this, but yeah, at the next level, are you looking to play quarterback? Are you looking to play DB, wide receiver? What are you projecting to do next year? And if you want to go D1, are you going to play wherever you can, or do you want to play D2, D3, where maybe you can play quarterback next year?
I'd have say I would want to stick to quarterback, and playing at the next level. For me, I'm just want to take like the best option for me, put myself in the best position to be successful and stuff.
We were talking to Coach Miller a couple weeks ago, and he's not afraid to play some competition. I think you guys played Jefferson Forest and Magna Vista last year, who were both really good teams. And of course, you always play, Alta Vista. You played some great teams last year. Do you look forward to playing against other great teams, all that talent, so you can maybe get better yourself?
I'd definitely say playing against like better competition teams. I feel like me going into that game, I know they're like a pretty well balanced team, just like us, and I feel like it's just gonna bring the best out of me and my teammates to go out there and compete and play at a high level.
Rayshaun, I asked a question of Coach at Alta Vista last night, and the thing kind of runs hand in hand with you guys. I know it's only a river that separates Gretna basically from Alta Vista. What is in the water at y'all's place? I mean, Devin kind of alluded to this right when we got on. I mean, talent runs through Gretna like it ain't no tomorrow. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with Tony Womack, but he was kind of back in my days where he played baseball and went on to play with the Arizona Diamondbacks and won a World Series. But you guys are never short on talent. And, after those, I guess you want to say dreadful late 90s, I mean, this program in football especially has taken off. So, I mean, is it something they feed y'all, or do y'all just drink good old Gretna water? What is it?
I'd say it's definitely Gretna water. But just like our team, my teammates now, I've been playing with them since like we was little, and like all the coaches knew like that group of bunch was gonna be like a good, talented, well-rounded team. And now we showing that on Friday nights, and it's pretty good.
Rich, I wanted to ask you, after you guys, lost to Glenver for the second year in a row, after that game, what was your reaction immediately after? How could you get better, and what guys have kind of stepped up in the offseason, kind of like yourself, that need to get yourselves back to the state semifinals?
After the game, I'm not gonna lie, I was very emotional. I remember I was right beside one of my seniors, and he started crying, and it made me cry. And then like coming into the all season, we have like we got linebackers. Landon Willer, he's been pretty good on the defense side of the ball. Omar Petty, they've been upgrading because we lost our linebacker last year, and so they filling in a big spot. And our safety, Jamarion Jones Carter, he's been doing pretty good at free safety too. We lost Jay Giggets at safety. He was a big piece to our defense, and so they stepping up in big places. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do on Friday nights.
How did the scrimmage go last week? And do you feel like you guys are August 29th, opener?
Yes, our scrimmage against Franklin County, we started off pretty slow, but we ain't played like live against other than us and since that Glimmer game, so we just had to shake off a couple some rust, and we went up there. We did pretty good. We were sitting on all cylinders. Actually, our defense, they were swarming. Offense, we got into a rhythm, and it was a pretty well balanced game from both sides of the ball.
Rayshaun, who are some guys that you're going to be tossing the ball to this year? I mean, Tyson Miller is a guy who we've talked about before on the podcast, but other than him, and you can talk about him as well. But who are some other guys who are going to step up? Just at those skill positions.
Like you said, definitely Tyson Miller. He's a good athlete, and I'm gonna say T.J. Tanks, Keyshawn Witcher, Braden Breelove. He really didn't play that much last year, but during our 707s and like training camp, he's been pretty impressive. So I'm looking forward to throwing to my receivers when it's time.
Rayshaun, do y'all play GW this week for the benefit game?
Yes.
Are you looking forward to that matchup? And you guys are 2A and they're a 4A school. So is there some trash talking going on between the two schools? I know guys are just right down the road from each other. So how's that? How are you looking forward to this Friday?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Actually, this past summer, I played 7-on-7 football with Danville Bulldogs, and it's basically like people from GW and stuff. So we know each other pretty well. And before, like when we was doing 7-on-7 for the summer, we was pretty much talking trash to each other, knowing that like we play each other. So it's gonna be up for Friday, and I'm pretty excited to go in there.
Hey, Rayshaun. I told Coach this earlier when we interviewed him. I lost 20 on the Jefferson Forest game last year. Can we make that up this year? I got to get that money back. So let's take care of business next Friday, okay?
Yeah, facts. Need that $20.
Rayshaun, we talked to Brody Doyat, and he's not playing basketball this upcoming season. Are you playing football and basketball this year? Are you committed to both, or are you going to, if you do get an offer, trying to early enroll after football season?
Yeah, I say if I get an offer for I'll probably stick to like football, perfecting my craft even better. But if not, I'll definitely be playing football and basketball for this season or upcoming year.
You're going to get an offer, bud. I can tell you that right now. You're going to be offered, and I can tell you the two hardest working people besides yourself on the football field are these two young men with me, and you're going to be on everybody's recruiting board within the next week or so. I can promise you that.
Yeah, I'm just taking it day by day, letting God do the rest.
Rayshaun, I want to ask real quick. This is totally non-football related, so I apologize for getting off topic here. But I do want to ask. Basketball, obviously, you put up some heavy numbers there, and y'all had a good season. But I want to ask what it was like going to Reidsville last year and going against guys like Deontay Neal and then Kendra Harrison down there.
It was like the environment. That was one thing like that had some on me. Like I never played an environment like that. Like sold out game for that's my first sold out game I ever played in actually. And it was like playing against them type of players. It's seeing like where we're at as a team, and it was good to play like competition like that and see where we stand at.
This Rayshaun Logan, do you enjoy basketball or football more? Or I mean, if you got a chance to play both at the next level, which one would you take?
I'll take football. To be honest, I think I'll take football.
Talk about a little bit basketball since you were one of our District 2 All-Stars last year. So you guys had a great season actually, and then talk about reasonable game, but you guys had a heartbreaker there in the playoffs to Nelson County. We talked to a couple of their coaches and players, but you guys were so close to getting there to the, close to the state quarters or state semifinals, I think it was, or state quarters, I think. Have you guys kind of prepared in the offseason as well for basketball? And
We haven't like prepared as much, but I know we went up to a Big Shots tournament in Richmond and we won that. So it just shows that like we still had a like team chemistry. Even if we don't play for like 2-3 months, we still know each other's best ability to like for their spots on the floor and stuff, and just not being selfish with the ball, passing it, getting everybody involved.
Rayshaun, since we're talking about two sport athletes and yourself now in basketball and football, do you have a hard time transitioning at all from the end of football season into basketball? Some people say, they can tell the difference. They're a little bit stiffer. They're not as agile right off the get-go. Do you see any difference at all?
Yeah, I definitely have a difference. Like switching from football to basketball, my legs they be a little stiff because football I try to protect myself as much as possible. I slide, run out of bounds, try to not take as many hits, and so transition to basketball where I'm running up and down the court, barely getting taken out the game. It's really like a big transition for me.
what does Gretna have to do next year to be successful, or this year to be successful?
Definitely, one thing is stay as a whole. If we can stay as a whole, don't blame each other, um, take responsibility and stuff. I just feel like the small stuff, and we can build everything else on the football field or basketball court. We just gotta stay as a team and stay as a family.
And Rayshaun, I just want to ask, kind of building off of that. For you personally, what are your individual goals for the season? Obviously, you can list team goals as well, but what are you looking to accomplish next season?
For football, I'm looking to accomplish all state, first team all region, and winning the district, winning the regionals, and I would say throw for 3,000 plus yards and throw for more touchdowns than I did last year. And for basketball, I want to make all state, first team all district, first team all region, and player of the year.
Rayshaun, just a quick question. It's kind of twofold here. Is there anybody in particular on the college or NFL level besides Cam that you model yourself after? And also, and I'm not necessarily looking for bulletin board material here, but I mean, are you challenged by any athletes, on the schedule this year? I mean, is there another quarterback that, you want to outduel or you love to play against because he brings out the better in you? Is anything like that?
Definitely, Brody Doyot and Glenver. I know like he's a good quarterback. And I know I'm a good quarterback. I'm up on his capability of doing stuff on the football field, and so like when we played each other, it really brought the best out of me. But it just the game just didn't go our way that night, and so yeah. But if we see them again, this coming up year, this year, it'll definitely be a fun game to watch.
All right. We got any more questions for Rayshaun? All right, Rayshaun. Well, we got to end it with some rapid fire, man. We got to put you on the spot a little bit. So,
All right.
First thing that comes to your head here, all right? We got about 10 or 11 questions here. Yeah, we'll go whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Pre-game meal.
Subway.
Nike or Adidas?
Adidas.
Wow. I think that's the first time we've got that. Gatorade or Powerade?
Powerade.
Rayshaun's going against the grain with all these right now.
That's his own man.
College or NFL?
NFL.
Favorite team?
Panthers.
Favorite player on the Panthers?
J.C. Horn.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Florida.
Grass or turf?
Turf.
Win on a Hail Mary or win in a blowout?
Hail Mary.
Passing TD or rushing TD?
Russian.
Pre-game music?
Young boy.
Juke somebody or truck somebody?
truck.
Absolutely. Well, I want to say YoungBoy is like that's been the go-to rapper for everybody who we've asked. I mean, the North Side guys said that earlier in the season. I forget who. Oh yeah, but a bunch of people who said YoungBoy. So we're gonna have to get on some NBA YoungBoy here, guys.
Yeah,
Maybe that could be our intro.
I'm going to get me a Young Boy CD tonight when I leave.
Hey, Rayshaun, I heard you said you want to go to Florida. So anytime you want to come down to Florida down here, we can go down to Gainesville and watch DJ Lagway light it up in the swamp. So opportunity.
That would be nice to do.
All right, Rayshaun. Well, we want to thank you for your time, man, and you know we'll be pulling for you. We'll do everything we can to kind of get your name out there even more than it already is, and you know, really wishing you the best of luck for this upcoming year, and we know that you're gonna be shining out there doing great. So, thank you again, Rayshaun. That's Rayshaun Logan, quarterback of the Gretna Hawks. Thank you again. Have a good night, man.
Thanks for having me. Y'all have a good night too.
We are thankful for Rayshaun coming on. It was a great time, and they will be playing the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers on Friday. And now we have our second interview with Des Jordan at Alleghany.
Joined by a very special player tonight, a guy with a ton of talent, hailing all the way from Alleghany High School and 2026 quarterback, Des Jordan. Des, how you doing tonight, man?
Good. How are y'all?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Well, I just want to start out, you know, obviously we talked about, you know, props to Gregory for finding Des last year, and really, you know, we've been Dez's biggest fans ever since we put his highlights on the podcast. But just want to read some stats from last year. So 2,569 passing yards, a 76% completion percentage, 34 passing touchdowns, 16 rushing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 7 pass breakups, district offensive player of the year, and led Alleghany to an 11-1 record. I mean, I don't know what more you could say there. I mean, Des was lighting it up with the arms and the legs. Des, just how do you feel like last season went for you guys?
You know, last year we had some guys, you know, it wasn't all just me on Alleghany. You know, we had some good guys on our team, but, you know, we all just played together. You know, we did our thing last year. You know, we didn't get as far as we wanted, but, you know, we did pretty solid last year.
Devin Gregory, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like All-State Player of the Year is what it sounded like to me.
That's what he should have been. That's for sure. But I want to get back.
Snubbed me last year.
I want to get back into how the season went a little bit. So obviously there's those first few games, you know, you guys not facing the stiffest of competition. I think you start out like 3-0 or 4-0. Obviously you're putting up big numbers. A good win over Radford, but then, you know, the game that we really had circled for you guys was that Glenver game. And obviously you guys just come out and really blow them out of the water. I mean, what was that kind of the moment where you knew that y'all were going to be good, that y'all were going to make some noise, or was it before that you kind of knew that?
Yeah, you know, that was really the game where, you know, we was tested. You know, that was the biggest, hypest game, you know, that we played. And, you know, some people thought we was going to go into it and lose. So, you know, we just had to prove everybody wrong. And we executed good. And when we knew after the game, we knew we could definitely be great after that.
Absolutely. And you know, like Big Greg kind of said, you know, based on your numbers, it sounded like you should have been, you know, All-State Player of the Year, you know, for in the state of Virginia. But, you know, I just want to ask, I mean, do you feel like you were snubbed at all being left off the first and second team there?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I was snubbed. You know, I feel like, you know, as much of hard I worked, you know, all my teammates worked, you know, and as much as I accomplished last year, I do kind of feel like that. But, you know, so I got back to it right after it, you know, to work hard and get to it this year.
Let me ask you a question. We talked to a guy from Alta Vista, the head coach at Alta Vista last night, and they're single A. Do you feel like that maybe possibly – I'm trying to give somebody an excuse here. So I'm trying to give them an excuse that they just don't know where Alleghany is. They just hadn't seen Alleghany. They just hadn't seen you. They had whatever. I mean, I'm trying to give somebody an excuse. What is the issue with people not catching on to you and not seeing those numbers?
You know, I really don't know what it is, but I think it's probably mainly the area that I'm in. You know, it's not a big, you know, well-recruited area. You know, it's not a big area, but, you know, I'm just trying my best, trying to get my name out there. You know, that's really all you can do and got to do if you really want to accomplish anything big.
Well, I know you caught the attention of Glenver. I know you caught the attention of Brody. I know you caught the attention of Coach Clifford. So that's two very important people that have you on their radar right now, and I don't think you're going to get off of that anytime soon. So, but I don't understand people. I don't understand why they don't take the time to delve into stuff. And it's almost like low-lying fruit is the fruit to pick because it's sitting there for you to the first one to come to. But if we have anything to do with this, and we're certainly going to try, we're going to get you out there. And I'm going to tell you, I mean, you're one of the most fabulous athletes I've seen on film anyway, because I have not seen you in person. I look forward to seeing you in person.
Sure, appreciate it.
Yeah, and Des, I'll just ask, we can kind of talk about Alleghany not being the biggest area in the world, but obviously huge fan support out there. Can you just talk about, what it's like representing that school and that fan base out there?
And, the community is well involved, in our football program, really just in the school. It's a smaller area, so everybody really know each other and they're always going to support. And it's just a great environment to be in, especially on the Friday nights.
Des, I want to say I didn't find you. You were already there. We just kind of found your highlights, so I won't take nothing away from you. But after you guys lost to Turner Ashby in the playoffs, what was your response immediately after that game to get better in the offseason?
After that, I figured what I need to work on and what we need to work on as a team to accomplish what we want to accomplish next year. Everybody wants a state ring, but everybody never wants to put in the work for it. So we know we had to do. And we're at least me, I'm trying to accomplish that this year.
What's the ultimate goal for you this year, Des?
Really, this year to get, I do want to win states this year. I do want to be, offensive player of the year, district and region. I want to be at least on the state all-state team.
Have you? Maybe they've already asked you this question, but have you have a list of teams that have looked at you on the next level yet?
Yes, sir. I have 4 Division I offers as of right now. I have Maine, Georgetown, Cornell, and VMI. So yes, that's all I got as of right now.
As a quarterback?
All of them are as an athlete.
Okay.
At the next level, do you want to be a quarterback, or do you mind playing, defense or obviously or offense?
I don't mind where I play. I really just want that opportunity at any spot at the next level.
So Des, I want to ask a little bit about the summer real quick. Obviously y'all are getting into you're in fall camp, about to start the season, but going back over the summer, obviously a lot of meeting with coaches, just following your X account there. Georgetown was showing you a lot of love over the summer. But I do want to ask you about the Under Armour Next camp that you went to up in Baltimore, right? How obviously you're getting reps at DB for the most part from what I saw. How did that camp go, and what are you kind of taking away from that?
It was a good camp. It was a big camp. It's every 4-star, 5-star, 3-star people there. So it's good competition. That's somewhere I wanted to be. To get the best work and best reps. You can't get that nowhere else. So I feel like that was a really good test for me and somewhere I needed to be. And it was a good camp, and I did pretty good. I feel like I held my own against bigger name people, and I feel like I'm right there with them. So,
Des, you talked about that you having these offers. What are you looking for into a school? Are you looking for academics, location, and play style? What are you looking for?
Really, just the best fit for me for me to go somewhere to develop. To be the best person and student and football player all at the same time. So,
how much is your family involved? How is your parents and relatives and whatnot?
Yeah, they're involved with me in everything I do. They're big. They support me a lot in everything I do, and they have a big involvement in where I probably go to.
Des, are there any? Obviously, you talked about schools like Maine, Cornell, Georgetown, VMI. I saw William and Mary and Richmond or some other schools showing some interest in you. Are there any schools right now that are at the top of the list, and are there any schools that you're hoping to get that offer from? I don't know if Virginia Tech is one of those that you would want just because being out in that area, but
definitely, Virginia Tech, it's local, it's close, it's a bigger school, somewhere I would love. Definitely somewhere like JMU. I really would want to go to JMU. It's probably my number one if I had the opportunity to go there.
Des, I know you're a senior, looking forward to this year and making the playoffs. Who are some other guys on your team that are going to need to step up along with you to get you guys there?
Yeah, definitely. We lost a couple guys last year, so we're pretty young this year. So definitely our O-line, D-line, got some new, younger guys. Definitely going to have to be a big part in this. But really, other than that, we already got everybody else coming back. We're pretty good skill-wise. But our young guys, they're pretty good. So I feel like I believe in them, and I feel like they definitely can come up and do their role and do what we need to do to get where we want to go.
Talking about Coach Fields, is he a player's coach, or is he more demanding? How's that relationship between you two? Then also, what type of offense is he putting out there for you to kind of play in?
Fields is definitely, he treats everybody the same. He's gonna get on me just because somebody's good on me. He's gonna get on us. He's a good coach. He knows what we need to do to get to the level that we want to. So, yeah, he's a good coach. And also the offense. I came there my 10th grade year, and he knew the type of athlete I was, and he put me in the position that was best for me and the team. And yeah.
I saw a play on the Twitter. I think it was against Graham in the scrimmage game. I think it was like a read option. Devin probably knows more about these different things. Probably a read to the running back. You took it off the middle for a touchdown. So, is your first read to look to hold it and take it off for a touchdown, or are you trying to give it up?
Mainly, I'm always looking forward to pull it, but I'm just reading what the best option is. But I'm obviously going to want to pull it every time, but I can't. But yeah, that was the first play. I scored and I pulled it. And Fields was not happy. I celebrated. He was not happy, but it was all good. Though.
What's your go-to celebration if you do score a touchdown? Are you doing some money or something like that, or you just dancing out there?
I don't even got one. Whichever just pops in my head at the moment.
So, Des, obviously we don't put too much stock in preseason games like that, but going against the defending state champs in Graham, how did that game go for y'all? And if y'all did keep score, what was the final score in that?
Yeah, we didn't keep a final score, but we scored twice and they scored once. And it was a good physical game. They were big up front. They had some skill guys that can make plays and stuff. So it was a good matchup for us, to see what we're up against for this upcoming year. And I feel like our guys did pretty good considering, they're state champs. There was a good team, and it was a good scrimmage.
Absolutely. And just kind of looking ahead to this coming up season. So obviously we talked about the strength of schedule last year. I mean, this year y'all have just like a gauntlet of teams. I mean, Brookville didn't have the best record in 2024, but they have a lot of talent with guys like Cameron Thomas, Jameer Davis, going against Stanton, Stewart's Draft, Buffalo Gap, Wilson Memorial, and Riverheads. I mean, any of those games stand out to you, or are you just playing it one game at a time?
Yeah. Well, we're coming to a new district this year, new teams. We don't know none of these teams, so I feel like every game, we don't know what to expect because we never play these guys or don't know these guys. So it's definitely going to be different, but also, a little bit better schedule-wise, which is good to get us ready for the playoffs. Yeah.
Absolutely. And how do you go about preparing for those teams that, you don't have any real experience playing against? I mean, are y'all just watching film more on these teams, or, are the coaches just giving you more information about these teams, or what are y'all doing to prepare?
Really both. We watch film. Our coaches, they're real good coaches. They scout. They do good with that stuff, you know, what scheme they're running and stuff like that. And they do a pretty good job of telling us what we're about to go into before Friday and get us right and prepared for Friday.
Absolutely. And, obviously we talked about your stats from last year. I mean, 50 touchdowns, over 2,500 passing yards, all that stuff. I mean, do you feel any pressure on yourself to go out and outdo those numbers from last year? Or are you just kind of going with it?
Definitely pressure because obviously I want to do better every year. You know, I always want to do better than what I did last year, especially it's my last year. So I feel like, you know, I got to do even more crazy numbers this year. So, you know, that's just really what I'm working on and looking forward to do.
And as far as going to the next level, obviously, you said you're okay, wherever team needs you to play, whether it's DB, QB. But are there any parts of your game that you're really looking to hone in on this year and try to get better at?
Definitely, you know, reading defense better, you know, getting better at that. On the defensive wise, you know, they got me playing safety this year. I never played, so it's definitely different. But I've definitely been, you know, getting better in practice and stuff and getting ready for it.
Absolutely.
Des, when you started getting recruited, did you start getting letters and stuff in the mail, like your, I guess maybe sophomore, junior year, or how did that process go?
I got a few. I got a few my sophomore year, and then, you know, I got way more my junior year. Then right after the season, my junior year, maybe like in the springtime, it just started piling up. And then one school finally took a chance on me. Then, you know, the other ones came, and I went to camps, and I did pretty good there. So, and then I got opportunities.
Would you consider? I think you probably want to go D1 no matter what, play any position. But would you take maybe a lesser option to play quarterback at the next level, or are you looking D1 to play an athlete or DB or whatever it is?
Definitely, probably go play as an athlete or DB. That's what I've been working a little bit more on this offseason. I've been working really that much quarterback because I'm just trying to be the best athlete as I can be and know that in the next level, that's probably what I'm going to play.
Who are some players, whether it's college or NFL, that you kind of, take your game after?
Definitely Jalen Ramsey. You know, he's physical. You know, he's a great athlete on top of that too. So that's really someone I'll look up to.
All right. Well, I don't know if these guys have any other questions, but we got some rapid fire questions, Des. We got to put you on the spot tonight. Y'all got any more questions for Des?
Now let's get to rapid fire. I like this portion.
Let's do it. All right, Des. So about 10 questions here. Like I said, putting you on the spot a little bit. Whatever comes to your mind, okay? First thing that comes to your head, go ahead and answer. All right? All right. Whenever you're ready, let me know.
I'm ready.
All right. Favorite pregame meal?
Pizza.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
College or NFL?
College.
Favorite team?
In college or NFL?
College.
Ohio State.
Oh, who's your favorite player, Des?
This coming up year?
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Smith.
There you go. All right. If you could travel anywhere in the world, Des, where would you go?
Brazil.
Grass or turf?
Grass.
Win on a Hail Mary or win in a blowout?
Hail Mary.
Passing TD or rushing TD?
Rushing.
Favorite pregame music?
Anything Destroy Lonely.
And then juke somebody out of their shoes or truck somebody?
Juke somebody.
There you go. All right. Well, you heard it from Des himself. I want to thank you again, Des, for joining us tonight. You know, I know we had some technical difficulties earlier, but glad we were able to get this interview in. Like I said, we've been your biggest fans for a while, man. Really hoping that, whatever we can do to kind of get you to the next level, hopefully we can, more coaches will see this interview too, learn more about you. And hopefully you'll get some more of those big time offers. Obviously, a player with a lot of talent, a guy with already some really good offers. But we're definitely going to be rooting for you, Des. We know you do big things at the next level. That's for sure.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we
Des
appreciate it.
Jordan,
We'll look forward to watching you.
quarterback of Alleghany. Des, thank you so much. Have a great night, man.
Probably y'all too.
We want to thank Rayshaun Logan and Des Jordan for coming on the podcast. These are two young guys that we want to kind of showcase. These are two quarterbacks in our area that have a lot of potential to play at the next level, whether that's at quarterback or on the defensive side of the ball or the offensive side of the ball. So it'll be interesting to see how their recruitment goes, and hopefully they'll get those D1 or D2 or whatever offer they're looking for in the next year. So, coaches, if you're listening, look at these kids' highlights. We'll share it on our profile as well. But these two guys deserve a shot to play at the next level. So, and you can catch them playing this Friday. Well, Des Jordan, they'll have an off week there at Alleghany. They open the season up on September 5th against Brookville. But you can catch Rayshaun Logan and the Gretna Hawks at Jefferson Forest on Friday, August 29th at 7 p.m. We will also be there in attendance. So if you see us on the sidelines, do not be afraid to come talk to us. You'll see Devin there doing some photos and some sights and sounds. So we'll have that video out as well. But yeah, we want to just thank these kids for coming on. We're going to have more kids out there, more prospects out there to come on as well. Just kind of showcase their talents, but also to kind of get them ready for the next level. They'll have some interviews and some questions they'll have to ask or receive from the from media. So you kind of want to prepare them a little bit. So this is a fun time with them, and I hope they both enjoyed it as well. And we will have our Lynchburg area preview tomorrow morning. So we're having the QBs out Thursday night, and then the Lynchburg area preview with Coach Deloach there at Alta Vista, Brad Bradley at Heritage, and Coach JT Cruz at Jefferson Forest. We thank you guys as always. Like and subscribe, share, follow us on Facebook, Twitter. And you can email us at district2sports@gmail if you have any questions or any interviews you're looking for us to do. So just let us know. We appreciate you guys and have a good night.